Soldiers vs. Werewolves. It's a very simple premise that is the basis of my very favourite film of all time, Dog Soldiers. So when I find out that a low budget film is being released with this very premise, I immediately leap into action, make sure that this film, whose budget is so low, it thanks Airbnb at the end of the credits and hasn't released a single poster, gets its moment in the spotlight. Or I had some time to kill before my screening of Ad Astra. That works as well. By the way, given that this film has no Wikipedia entry and barely anything on IMDb, I feel like this is truly above and beyond. But I swore to fly the flag for low budget filmmaking, and that's what I'm going to do. I just wish there was something about Wolf to be worth all the effort that I went to. I mean, an 85-minute runtime, including credits, different seasons, allegedly within a few days, if not hours of previous scenes, and I know that this film could have been longer because I'll get to that. Anyway, our brave soldiers are in Scotland and are holding to Dog Soldiers' rule of...
There's no way I'm about to break radio silence because you lot got spooked by a dead fly fucking cow.
Actually, they don't make any radio broadcasts because it's 150 AD and radios won't be invented until 1895. Yes, Dunkers, Wolf isn't just soldiers versus werewolves, it's Roman soldiers versus werewolves. No gunpowder, radios, vehicles, or anything else that we take for granted. Also, since pretty much the entire film is set outside, our troops are insanely vulnerable. Not that they know it. Our troops are full of bravado, bravery, and terrible dialogue until all three start to drain away as they begin to realise that that enemy is not just the locals and running out of wine. Now, there were some good things about this film. The werewolves are kept largely off screen for the vast majority of the film, which works because when we do finally see them, I promptly burst out laughing. If your budget was that tight, then just turn the werewolves into zombies like happened in 1964's War of the Zombies. It would fit better with the film's tone, and I mean, Colin taught us that you can literally make zombie films for £45 and get that film to Cannes, and a 2-disc special edition DVD release in the colonies. But back to our roaming Roman red shirts, we find not much really. You'll have sussed out all their arcs in the first 10 minutes, and look, when you're probably paying scale, I get that you're not going to have a huge pool of actors to draw from, but could you at least not hire someone who looks like they learned their German accents from old, slightly dodgy recordings of Hello Hello?
Really, you do not need to kill the general. We have already arranged to kill the general. Do you not see that if we kill him with the pill from the till by making with it the drug in the jug, you need not light the candle with the handle of the gatto from the shadow?
Also, I'm pretty sure the Scots didn't have French accents from that same episode of Hello Hello.
Simple plots are always the best.
But maybe my hearing was playing up because some mad genius has created a musical instrument which sounds worse than the love child of an accordion and a set of bagpipes. I mean, I'm sure that it's historically accurate. Half the credits were historical societies, and creator of Horrible History's Terry Deary was mentioned at least 4 times in the credits. It also looked amazing with the finest drone that you can order off of Amazon, and the Blair Witch showed that it doesn't take much to make some poorly lit wood scary. I have an issue with the fact that most of the separating of Roman from Roman intestines happened off screen, and that with the amount of blood and gore that we actually saw on screen, I could pretty easily turn this into an episode of Doctor Who. The rules for the werewolves keep changing as well. Sometimes they're too fast to see, always attack in darkness and near impossible to injure, until the last 5 minutes, whereupon they decide that it really is time they died and depower themselves, as well as attacking in daylight, which I've seen in no werewolf film ever, being unsure if they want to kill all the squishy humans, bite them so that they turn into werewolves, or just turn them into modern art. Did one of our Romans bring the virus from France, or is that just a coincidence? There are flashbacks when we don't need any, what action there is truly shocking, and there is one other big thing, but it's truly spoiler territory. So this is a fire film. Do not see this under any circumstances, and everything from here is a spoiler. You have been warned. This film has the worst ending I've ever seen. In fact, the end credits came up so abruptly that at the end of the credits, I was expecting to see a Marvel-style post-credit scene with the actual ending in, but there was just nothing. We end with that obligatory kill me before I turn scene, whereupon our last male character is killed, and then all of our female characters decide that women can't become werewolves out of filming nowhere, and then decide to head to Hadrian's Wall to warn the Roman Empire about the werewolves, and then the film just ends. With our remaining characters, half of whom had very little to no screen time, and one who had just shown up in the last 10 minutes, deciding that all werewolves were dead out of nowhere, and that getting to the wall was easy peasy, dear God, what were you smoking? And that's the end of the film, with our leads just deciding to walk to the wall in the middle of enemy territory with possibly more werewolves out there and no resources. Because that's not something I want to see. Charlie's Angels BC with a 15 rating. Yeah, definitely no audience interest in that. Wolf is the worst werewolf film I've ever seen. No. It's the worst horror film I've ever seen. It squanders its interesting premise and somewhat fun characters with appalling action, dialogue, accents, and the worst ending I've ever seen in any film ever. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to watch Dog Soldiers again. It's not perfect, but it's got some cracking dialogue on werewolves that don't look like they've just escaped from a not particularly good joke shop. But what did you guys think? And what is your favourite ultra low budget film? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.